All right, you ready to go?
Yep, I think so.
Okay. Do you want your wine?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Set my wine on my garbage can next to my chair.
That's about right. That's about right.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
You've joined B2B Happy Hour with your hosts, Stephen Brent May and Hami Arrington. This is the place where B2B marketing meets BYOB. So pour yourself a glass, pull up a chair, and let's get this happy hour started.
Okay, Hami, a lot of people ask how we got the idea for the podcast. Do you want to share our origin story?
Yeah. How far do you want to go?
Let's go back to Chicago.
Okay. Hey, Stephen, I really had a good time this weekend hanging out with you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we should get happy hour when we get back to Houston.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Will you send me an invite?
Yeah, I'll send it right now. Okay, I sent it.
Okay, let me check. Oh, 5 to 6. What kind of happy hour is that?
Okay, let me send a new one.
Okay, 5 to midnight. Perfect.
Yes.
So we actually ended up staying out till midnight at that happy hour, and that was the first of many happy hours.
Yeah, that was yeah. That's where we started, right? It's just happy hours and hanging out.
Yeah, and then a few years later, we started a marketing agency called One Foot Over.
Mm-hmm. And now we're starting a podcast.
Yeah, because what the world needs is one more podcast.
Right, exactly.
We're starting a podcast. We've got that out of the way. But what can people expect from our podcast?
Well, first of all, it's a happy hour. So you have to have some kind of happy houring that's happening, right?
We're definitely going to be drinking on these episodes.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's always going to be some kind of something around.
Right.
Should I tell everybody what we're having today?
Yeah. Let's start. The happy hour, and to be clear, like the happy hour is not about wine or about drinking. It's just this is when a lot of our conversations happen. So we'll tell you what we're having, but these are definitely not recommendations because not everything is going to be high quality.
Yeah, and we'll tell you too if it's something that we do recommend or not. So today we are drinking a bottle from the Nice Winery.
Yes, local.
Yes, local.
Here in Houston.
In Houston, it's local. This particular wine is called Courage because we both need liquid courage on today's podcast.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it takes courage to start a business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
To start a podcast, really to start anything. So to everybody that's out there starting something, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
The other thing you can expect out of this podcast, because it is a podcast about B2B marketing, is in-depth marketing conversations.
Right. Yeah. So when Stephen and I get together for happy hours, of course, there's talking about the pop culture stuff, but there's a lot of marketing talk that's still happening. And so that's why we wanted to let you in on our conversations that we have all the time. We talk about strategy a lot, and then we talk about why you should have a mobile version of your email in HubSpot too. So all kinds of things, both strategy and tactical. We just weave kind of in and out of marketing and pop culture.
Yeah. And it's, I would say our happy hours can be annoying because if you're our spouses, our friends, and you're like, oh God, they're talking about work again. But it happens. But we're in the office 5 days a week, 8 hours a day or more sometimes. And we're talking to each other all day. It's literally, we will get up from our desk and be like, hey, did you see that LinkedIn post I just sent you? Or did you see that email I just forwarded you? And so it was like, we're already talking about this stuff, and we'll talk about it with our clients or with our friends, and they're like, oh, that's really interesting. And not saying we're the two most interesting people in the world, but we just thought, hey, instead of us keeping it in the office, let's just put it out there.
Yeah, we should share our information. By the way, though, Stephen, I know that a lot of times you'll get out of your desk, but I will just yell around the corner.
Well, that's true. So. That's true. We shared an office for like the first 5 years of the agency. Yeah. And so this separate office thing it's kind of new.
Yeah, I haven't quite gotten used to it yet, but it's been like 3 years.
So. Right. We've always said we were going to put one of those drive-through windows between, but we've just not got to that point. Yeah. But the last thing you touched on it a second ago is pop culture. So we're both I mean, I wouldn't say we're pop culture junkies, but we definitely keep up with what's going on, probably in different realms.
Yeah, I don't really read TMZ too much.
Right. And that's my primary news source. I've avoided most regular mainstream news and just switched to celebrity news. So.
But speaking of, we will not be talking anything about politics here, though. So
No.
Nothing about the news like that. So this is going to be a politics-free zone.
What we might talk about, when we talk about pop culture too, it's not like the Diddy trial or the Kardashians necessarily. I mean, it may be sometimes.
No, I was going to say sometimes it might be.
Yeah. But it may also be how exciting it is that KFC brought wedges back.
Yeah, that's true.
After 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or you might hear me talking about the Ninja Creamy all the time.
All the time. So that's what you can expect. We're just getting started, so give us some grace as we get through this. Mm-hmm. But let us know what else you'd like to hear us talk about. So because this is a B2B marketing podcast, we should probably get into the meat of it. And since it's the first episode, I think let's go ahead and get it out of the way. AI and marketing.
Oh, God. I mean, I'm kind of tired of talking about it. But you know why, though? It's because AI is marketing now.
Right. It's like how for 15 years people would say digital marketing. I mean, people still say it, but it's like, what else? What do you mean? I mean, I know there's still traditional and stuff, but like digital is marketing. Like there's no need to specify digital marketing.
Right.
We're getting to that point where there's not going to be a need to say AI in marketing.
Yeah. I heard the other day, somebody said that AI is no longer a competitive advantage.
Interesting. What did they mean by that?
Meaning that there was a time when if you leaned into AI or you did AI things or whatever it might be, that you employed AI in your company, that was a competitive advantage. But that's really not the case anymore because everybody's using it now.
I get I get that point of view, but I disagree because I do think most people are like, quote unquote, using it. Mm-hmm. I would argue like how many people are using it well.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think a lot of people are using it like it's 2023.
Yeah.
And it's not 2023 anymore. It's 2025. So we need to be using AI in a more sophisticated way, really incorporating in everything that we do operationally too.
Well, and it's one of those things we use it so much and like we say, and I say use it, we talk about it so much and like use the word AI. I think I told you, like I forgot yesterday, I was trying to think what it stood for and I couldn't even remember what AI stood for. I was like artificial information.
No.
And then I finally remembered, but it was a term that we've heard for years. Like you would hear AI and ML, machine learning.
Yeah.
And now you don't hear machine learning.
Not too much anymore. Yeah.
It's really just AI, but it's absolutely changed the way we work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The way we do things, but there is an exhaustion point where it's like, we're hearing about it and it's like, okay, like we don't need to talk about it as much as we just need to implement it and do it.
Yeah, I think so too. It's, we put out this weekend reading email every week and I think they were up to 363
editions, issues.
Yeah, issues. I think about issues, versions.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Issues.
So we're up to so many already, so many now. And when I'm reading about things during the week and kind of dropping in articles that feel like they could be a fit for weekend reading, or I'm going out searching for information that would be interesting for our audience, it's really hard to find anything that's not about AI.
Yeah.
And so what we're trying to do is finding a balance between the AI conversation and not actually what's becoming really, you just inescapable is this SEO and AI.
Well, and I feel like I talked about this with somebody earlier this week too. Like, I feel like SEO and AI is like the big topic, mm-hmm. and people aren't talking about necessarily how AI is affecting other things. I mean, sure, content creation. You see a lot on LinkedIn about people complaining about LinkedIn generated or AI generated content on LinkedIn, but like where do you think AI is going next? Like what tactic do you feel like is ripe for AI to completely upend it the way it has SEO?
Ads.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah, I
too.
think ads is the next thing. Right now, we're still trying to find out, how these LLMs work really. And they're all changing all the time. So it's a moving target. But I think that with ads, that's the next thing. I mean, it's already there, but I think that in the near future, it's going to be almost all AI.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me. That's just wild.
Well, and if you think about like a few years ago when Google released Performance Max,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, no, I don't want to turn that on. I'm not bought into that or whatever. But like that was AI.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, we've been using it for a long time, right? We just didn't, it just wasn't called AI. It was just another feature that Google put out or whatever system you're using was putting out.
Right. And I mean, but I think still there's like a huge opportunity with ads because you'll see like the like the creative tools for AI where it's like you can launch hundreds of ads or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's more about like the implementation and optimization of the media, not necessarily just the creative.
Oh, yeah. I think that the creative is hard.
Yeah,
Well,
because
we do anyway. In B2B, it's hard because the ad buys are smaller and there's the audience are smaller. And so you can't do as much testing as you would with like a vitamin or something.
Right. Well, and I think that's the thing with A/B testing too, or just testing in general, is like people get really excited about it and focused on it, but it's like a lot of B2B, especially with a long sales cycle for these niche industries, it's like your audience might be, let's say 250 people. It's hard to test that.
Right.
That's not really statistically significant to say, well, 130 people liked it better than 120. So that's our message.
Yeah.
So like sometimes A/B testing, like, sure, we should be doing it, but like it's not an end all be all.
Right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think ads. The other thing that I think is, I don't want to say like ripe for change, but I think somebody is going to come along, whether it's OpenAI or another software tool, somebody is going to solve the problem of visibility tracking in the LLMs. Because right now, if you use tools like SEMrush and stuff, they've added like, oh, let's show you your search visibility in LLMs. And they're still using the same metrics you use for like the SERPs. And it's like, that doesn't make sense because there's not a position one.
Right.
If exactly. I talk to ChatGPT.
Yeah. It's really, really, I don't know how this is going to work. They're going to have to change just how they think about it. And there's people that are way smarter than me that are thinking about this probably all day, every day. But I mean, before LLMs were even a thing, I mean, 15% of all searches on Google were brand new searches each month already. I mean, I can't imagine what this is now on an LLM. Now that you have, people are searching these really long tail. I think the average like prompt on a ChatGPT is like 24 words or something.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's so specific.
And it's the metrics are going to have to change. Like everything's going to have to change because it's not going to be, here's a list of keywords and we can consider these short tail, long tail, branded, whatever, because we're literally having a conversation. We're not typing in one question to get an answer. We're having a back and forth conversation. So what do impressions look like? What do, position, like, is there such thing as position one?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's whoever can crack that code. Like you said, there's people much smarter than us figuring that out. But whoever can crack that code for marketers to say, like, this is how you measure your visibility on LLMs, I think is going to be the winner in that space. And I don't think it's going to be Google. I don't think it's going to be SEMrush. I think it's going to be somebody else.
So I think that that's interesting that you should say that, because I was listening to another podcast this last week, and they were talking about how OpenAI has been this golden child for so long.
Yeah.
And they released ChatGPT 5, and the release has not been great, right? It just hasn't been great. It has improved since it came out, but it was not a great rollout. And what that was indicating to the person I was listening to is he was saying that this means that there are cracks here. The idea that OpenAI has this secret sauce is not necessarily true. And with the advances that Google has made since since the Bard days,
Right.
when it first came out, they have an advantage in that they have a lot of brains, a lot more data.
Yeah. I just think that, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be the ones that crack that. They're not going to be the ones that solve for that metric of like, this is the thing that we're using as our North Star for replacing traditional SEO metrics. I could be wrong. But I think even on like the OpenAI front, because I mean, not only was GPT-5 a poor rollout, but agents have not went well for them either.
Right. Yeah.
And so sure, there are cracks, but who else is doing what they're doing right now at that scale?
Yeah. No,
so I mean, it's like, yeah, there's cracks, but I don't think the earth is gonna open and swallow them anytime soon.
Yeah.
But
I want to ask you about something that we have not talked about at all. And that is an LLM web browser. What do you think about that?
So do you mean like a web browser that's just an LLM, or like an agent where it's opening a private browser and accessing your information?
An LLM that is a web browser.
So I've never thought about it, so I don't really have an opinion on it.
So this is the new thing, right? And I can't remember who it is. So somebody's probably going to tell me in the comments who's putting out this, who already has a web browser out there. But I think it's really interesting that they're doing this, because then, I mean, it's the search. Essentially, it's the search, right? You're just not using Google. You're using the LLM search. And I don't know what the results look like or anything like that. It's probably the same. Probably looks like a Google search with the AIOs at the top. But I think it'll be interesting to see if these take off, and then it topples Google and Chrome.
I mean, it's going to be hard to get people to switch from Chrome, but we thought it was going to be hard to get people to leave Google, and they're finally starting to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know Google still has market share, but I've not thought about the browser thing, but I did do the agent thing the other day and like saw the private browser or the virtual browser where they were accessing my calendar. And that made me a little nervous. So I don't know how I'd feel about a full LLM browser, just based on my experience with a virtual browser manipulating my calendar for me.
Yeah, I actually have not played around with the agent yet. I keep on saying, "Oh, I'm going to do it," but then, I mean, I'm really scared that it's going to do something that I can't reverse.
Right.
So and if you talk to me in person, I've talked about agents for a long time. I just don't know about this ChatGPT agent taking over my computer. I don't know about that.
I let it add birthdays to my calendar, and I was like, this feels low risk. So we'll start there and see what happens. And it was successful. It was really interesting to watch it, like the thinking, because it told you every step. It's like, I'm going to click the next button 3 times to get to the appropriate month. And I'm like, okay, I don't need all that. But so you and I mean, we both think ads are ripe for some change. Mm-hmm. We think that, SEO, of course, that's going to be a huge topic for marketing, content creation. So I'm going to switch it a little bit.
Okay.
Do marketers need to do to stay relevant?
Well, I mean, is this our lukewarm take here?
It could be. So we both have talked about this. Like, we don't really believe in hot takes.
Yeah. Well.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
Some, but I don't think either one of us are ever really so definitive on anything that we can't change our minds.
Yeah, I think that's just true strategist brains.
Right.
Well, I don't know.
when presented with the right
Depends.
information, I can be swayed.
Exactly.
So that's why we have lukewarm takes. These are
Yes.
not room temperature. They're slightly
Yeah, not tepid.
above,
Yes,
but
lukewarm.
it's not hot per se.
Yeah.
But
Right.
so what is our lukewarm take?
Well, I think that, or we think that you have to be keeping up with AI or you won't have a job as a marketer anymore. And I think that that's actually sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Do you think it applies across the board? Because I've heard like creatives where they're like, oh, AI will never replace what I can do as a creative. Or I've heard writers like AI will never replace a human writer. Performance marketers, same thing. So it feels like there's always a bucket in every kind of discipline of marketing where they feel like I can't be replaced. And I think, I mean, maybe this is part of the lukewarm take. I feel like I can be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm banking on it. I hope that I do get replaced one day. That means that our goal of being cloned that we have been trying to do
from day one.
Yeah, since day one will have come to fruition. So
I mean, and that's literally what I feel like I'm trying to do at my desk most days when I'm talking to ChatGPT and just rambling is like, if it can understand me well enough, then maybe it can just give me answers that I would give. And I'm creating a clone of myself. That is the hope.
Yeah. It's on my roadmap to create a Hami GPT.
Nice. So marketers definitely need to keep up. I don't think that's a question. Like, should I keep up with AI? I don't think that's a question that really is out there or should be. I think if you're asking that question, you've probably already resigned yourself to the answer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, should marketers be concerned or should they just be like, okay, if I keep up, I'm fine? Like, what do they need to be doing?
Oh, I think that, yeah. Okay. So with these LLMs and then pretty soon these agents, if you're not using them and really relying on them, then you're not going to be able to keep up, because I think that it's just going to be more and more and more that people and our bosses, our clients, they're going to be expecting more from us. And the only way that you are able to keep up is to use these to help you plan and to help you create things. Now, I think that it's important to note and to say that you cannot turn off your brain, right? Just because there is something that's creating something that you can read and maybe sound good, I think that you really still need to have your brain, because at the end of the day, these LLMs are still a robot.
Right.
So you need to be reading what they put out. You can't just say copy and paste, done. Because I will tell you that most of the time, I think we talk about all the time, right? We actually don't save that much time using these LLMs. But what happens is that first draft is better than what you can create on your own.
I think that's the misconception too, is that using AI, especially right now, it's intended to save you time. And it's like, in the long run, sure, that is the goal, and it might. But there's a lot of work you have to do on the front end to make it work well for you. And if you're going into it with like, this is purely a time-saving mechanism, you're going to be really disappointed.
Right, exactly.
Because I probably spend more time training and refining and editing than I did before, but I'm spending less time on the front end.
Absolutely.
Coming up with ideas or like just getting the draft going, like you said.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so that I'm in the middle of the beginning of a website project right now. And this week I needed to build the project plan and build do some persona work. We will get to talk to one client for this company, but not a lot. And so what I did was used ChatGPT to create the persona and the story brand script, and went through the steps. If you guys want to know the steps, let me know, and maybe one of the next podcasts we can go through it in depth. But it still took probably 10 hours to get through all of that. Right. I mean, but I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's good enough to say, hey, client, can you read over this and see if there's any discrepancies here? And I fed it a lot of information, and I gave it a lot of context, a ton of context.
Right.
And it still was. I mean, it did. I would not say it hallucinated necessarily, because the new systems are not hallucinating as much, but it did leave things out, and it was just, some of the things were just wrong. It just bad interpretation, and so yeah, there was a lot. I still had to read through everything, and it took a long time.
Yeah, I think about like projects that we've done over the years, and the big customer journey project we did for a client probably 4 or 5 years ago. It's been a while. And we did buyer personas, and we interviewed 12 to 15 people, recorded, sent it off to a transcription company where a human transcribed it, sent it back. And then we literally combed through every interview looking for patterns ourselves.
Right.
Like, we would never do that now.
No. And I remember doing this about maybe the beginning of last year, where we did a big persona project.
Yeah.
And had interviewed probably 12 people that time as well. But we had generative AI to help us that time. But it still went off the rails.
Right.
It took a long time to go through it. It helped, but it was still not where it needed to be.
Yeah. And I mean, and not that we would just put the information in there and be like, all right, we trust everything it says. Like, verify, of course. But again, what would take probably 30, 40 hours of human power can now probably be done in 10.
Right. Exactly.
So that is an example where you could save time, like in the research and analysis, really the analysis part of it.
Right, exactly. And I mean, going back to the project that I did this week, the Persona Light project that we needed for the website. I spent 10 hours on that project, but in real life, if there was an AI, that would have been probably a month-long project, right? I mean, to get to that point, and it would have been a non-negotiation. We would have had to talk to customers,
right? More
than one. So now, where it's a blend, I'm going to be interviewing a customer, and it's going to be validation of what we created. Is this true or not?
So it sounds like maybe another area of marketing that's ripe for disruption, or maybe has already been disrupted that we don't realize, is market research.
Yes. I think that in some areas of market research, there are some things where, I mean, we've talked about this, like taste testing. That's not something
you can't. Yeah. And there are absolutely areas where you can't replace a human. But, the analysis of that data, if it's recorded, could possibly be done with AI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, and there are specific things too, like understanding how actual users feel. I actually did a phone call today with DoorDash because they offered a $50 gift card. And one thing about me is I will do anything for a gift card.
Yes. Offer Steven a $5 gift card and he'll give you 4 hours of his time.
Yes. The amount is irrelevant. It's the gift card is the carrot that you have to dangle, and I will say yes. And $50 for a 30-minute interview was pretty solid.
No, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. But to be clear, I would have done it for $5.
Right. Are you listening, DoorDash?
Or anybody else that's listening, an Amazon gift card, Visa gift card, doesn't matter what. I will do the research part for you. But yeah, so it sounds like, I mean, huge opportunities. AI is not going away. I think nobody's expecting it to. Mm-hmm. It's going to change. It's probably changing faster than anything we've experienced as marketers.
Oh yeah. In my lifetime, this is the thing that has been the most disruptive, I would say. Yeah. Probably disruptive. That's, I think, an accurate word for it, actually.
I think somebody compared it to, one day somebody said, this is like the Industrial Revolution for us.
Yes.
I was like, that's interesting. So
yeah. I mean, because it was before the Industrial Revolution, we were like all farmers, right?
Right.
Is that
I don't know. What was it? Medieval times before that?
maybe? Medieval. Is it then Renaissance?
We were born shortly after the Industrial Revolution, so we can't attest to what happened around then. But somebody said that, and I was like, that's really interesting that they feel like this is as revolutionary as that. But I wonder if people that lived through the Industrial Revolution felt like they were living through disruption.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how long the Industrial Revolution took, right?
Or when it happened.
Right. Well, 1700s maybe?
Was it? See, I thought it was like the early 1900s. We are not we are marketers,
Right.
not historians.
Not historians.
So one thing you won't get from this podcast is accurate history. I think it's important
we're not going to make that claim.
What's like that meme where people say they found out Picasso died in the 70s and they're like, I thought this man lived in the 1800s. Which,
that's right, he did.
To be fair,
I think he did live in the 1800s and then also lived to be, in the 1970s. Yeah.
He died in the 1970s?
I think so.
Is that real?
Yeah, around that time.
Okay.
I think that was his blue period.
It's like right when he was dying.
Yeah, his blue period.
Again, history.
Yeah. Or art, apparently.
So, multiple topics.
We're only going to talk about marketing. That's only the guaranteed here.
I mean, we've not brought this up either, but I mean, you're better at it than me, but geography.
Oh, yeah. No, Stephen. In fourth grade, I won the geography bee at my school.
I know.
Yeah.
I did not. We didn't have a geography bee, but that is not. Like, I used to know all of the capitals of all the states, all the counties of my home state.
All the counties?
Yeah, we had to memorize the counties.
What kind of exercise is that?
So did you have, growing up in Georgia, or where did you go to junior high? Louisiana or Georgia?
Louisiana.
Did you have Louisiana history?
Yes. Yeah.
In 8th grade?
Or 7th.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
So we had West Virginia history in 8th grade, and part of that was memorizing the counties.
Okay.
So all 55.
That wasn't a thing for the parishes. We weren't required to memorize the parishes.
I mean, I feel like education in like the 80s and 90s, a lot of it was memorization. I don't know if that's changed.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, as far as I know, everything has changed for education. Like, what is it? The core? What is
Common
math?
Core?
Common Core math. I literally don't understand that. You can tell we don't have children.
Right. That's right. So good luck, everybody.
Right. Okay, Stephen. Hey, do you want to do a segment?
Sure. What do you have in mind?
This time, let's talk about the top 3 things that annoy you about B2B marketing.
Okay.
Or, you know what? Let me make it a little bit more positive. What are 3 things that are your least favorite things in B2B marketing?
Okay. I like that positive spin, but I don't think it's going to change my answers.
Okay.
Let me think. Do you have your first one while I'm thinking of mine?
Yeah.
Okay. What is yours?
Something that is my least favorite thing that I saw the other day was I had gone to a club, which I haven't been into in a long time. And there were these Gen Z people in there, and they were wearing like athleisure in the club. And they were...
I have a question.
Yeah.
What kind of club?
It was like a dance club.
What does this have to do with B2B marketing?
Oh, sorry. I guess the wines just got to me. I thought we were just talking about things that we were just like annoying.
If there are things that annoy me, I can change the 3 that I thought of. But okay, so your first one is athleisure in the club.
Yes. In the like dance club.
I don't know if I could even remember the last time I've been in a club. Like bars, sure, for happy hour.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, I don't think I would notice athleisure at like a happy hour. I don't think it would catch me off guard where I would be like,
Yeah.
That's weird because
Yeah. I mean, because you remember whenever we did go to clubs, we would get like, it was like your outfit was like a pretty big thing.
right.
Like, oh, you're going to put on like, I've got like these going out tops and
Okay.
these
Yeah, and so
going out dresses or whatever.
this is not one of mine, but again, neither one of us are parents. We don't have kids. I feel the same way about first day of school or the first week of school pictures that kids wear like Under Armour basketball shorts and t-shirts. Like when I went to school, like your first week was the week you like wore your best stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a big deal.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it was just like I wanted to get dressed.
Right. And like you had your 5 best outfits on week 1.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like just throw on some gym shorts and an Under Armour t-shirt and go to school. So I feel the same way about school pictures or like first week of school clothes as you do about athleisure in the club.
I will tell you that though, if you were to want to go to a club, you could literally just wear like those Under Armour basketball shorts or your house shorts that you wear from Chubby's.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a COVID find that has lasted. Okay, so my first one is actually related to B2B marketing.
Okay. We're back.
Get this situation back on track here. Comment baiting, specifically on LinkedIn. I mean, I've seen it on Instagram, but like on the B2B side more, when somebody will say, I've put together this amazing guide for XYZ, comment blah, 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 and I will DM it to you. And like, I totally get the whole, like, I'm trying to game the system and like get the engagement. But it's like, I guess the human part of me is like, well, if you've got something that you're willing to give away free that is so valuable, but you're also willing to give it away free, then like, why put somebody through like making them jump through hoops to get it? Just give it away. So I don't know. I mean, I want LinkedIn engagement on my post, but that's a tactic that I'm not a fan of.
I was going to say, maybe you should do it, Stephen. I see what you're saying. It doesn't bother me as much. Although there's one guy that had this amazing offer recently and I've commented on it. I really wanted it. And then he said, oh, I'm drowning in responses. I didn't know this was going to go over so well. And so I'm working my way through. I mean, that was like 2 months ago now, and I still haven't gotten it. And so I guess it's like, if you're going to do it, make sure you have a system. Like
I was going to say, I feel like it's an automated thing anyways. And so like, if you're going to, well, I may need to update my list about the 3 things that annoy me, because if you're going to do something like that, before you do it, realize like this is actually like a tool you pay for that does it for you, and use that. Yeah. Don't try to like, I don't know if this is the right word, but raw dog it yourself.
I don't know if that's the correct use of that word.
I mean, you used it at the office the other day on a team meeting, so I feel like it's fine here. We have determined that you can use raw dog professionally.
Okay. All right. Nick, if you're listening, send me my offer, man. I'm waiting.
Yeah, Nick, what's up? Or get a VA.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so what is your second one? So we've got number 1, athleisure at the club is your worst B2B marketing sin. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you hear that. You have failed us as marketers with your Lululemon and Vuori. Mm-hmm. At the club. Yeah, so
listening to Katy Perry or whatever.
Yeah. So what is number 2?
So number 2, let's see here. It goes back to, I see this every once in a while on LinkedIn. It's roasting other people's marketing. Yeah. I think that and what I mean is somebody bringing up something and they're just tearing it down and saying, why is this so terrible? I think that there's value in giving constructive criticism, but when I've seen it, it has been positioned as, oh, we're going to tear this down, and not a tear down, but a tear down. And I just think that's mean spirited. I mean, it's, people did put their heart and soul. I mean, sometimes they put their heart and soul in this marketing. And while it may not be good or may not be good in your eyes, I don't think that you should say you're going to tear it down. I think that you should say, oh, here are some improvements. Or if I did it, this is how I would do it. I think that that's a better, I mean, I guess maybe I'm not the audience for it.
Yeah, I registered for, there was a pretty well-known like group that did a B2B marketing teardown of emails. And I was like, well, let me register for this and just see. And they positioned it as like, we've got a panel of experts and we're going to provide constructive criticism. But it was like one of the panelists specifically was just really rude and mean and nasty about this work. And I'm like, and number one, I don't know if the people consented to have their work shown and critiqued. I'm presuming they did because like they had information about it, like who the audience was. And like, so I have to guess that they knew their work was going to get, tore down like that. But at the same time, it was like, I don't know, one of the panelists was just really nasty about it. And I just kept thinking like, what if this person's CEO or their boss is on here and, they don't know any better. And they're hearing like quote unquote experts just talk about how horrible this work is and like what kind of position that puts them in to have to then defend themselves even more than they probably already do.
Right. I mean, because as we know, marketers, us marketing folk are having to defend our work a lot.
Yeah. And I'm not saying we should be like, hey, all work is great work and, praise everything. But yeah, I agree. I think a lot of this teardown is mean spirited and there's probably a better way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we all get better together,
right?
Rather than trying to crush other people.
Yeah. Hopefully. All right. My second one is, I feel like a lot of mine are LinkedIn related. I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn.
Wait, hold on. Is it because you don't have Facebook anymore on your phone?
That is probably, but I still have Instagram, but I spend more time on LinkedIn than I ever have. But people who comment with links to their own content in your post, I feel like that's tacky. And it's like I don't have 100,000 followers, but if I'm posting something and I've put thought and effort into like my content and I'm sharing like our like B2B website content offer, like I don't need you in the comment section talking about, oh, I created this guide too that could be helpful. Like post your own stuff. Like don't hijack my audience and try to bogart my 3,000 followers. Like go get your own. But I just think it's tacky when you use other people's platform to like promote your own things. So,
yeah, it's like clout chasing, right?
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind my clout chasing whenever I comment on your stuff, like a snarky comment.
But I think that's different because that's intentional and expected at this point.
I wonder how many people notice that I do that.
One specifically because they brought it up to me at an event and they mentioned how much they enjoy it.
Good.
So what is your third?
So my third. So I guess I'm going to have four because I have.
Oh, you actually have three B2B marketing ones?
Yeah. Yes, I do have three B2B marketing things. So this, I'm gonna tie it back to AI again.
Okay.
So as we all know at this point, these LLMs, they all use M dashes extensively, just all the time, everywhere. It's like Steven with a comma. Steven really likes commas.
I do.
Everywhere. I am a pre-AI M dash lover. I have written copy for a long time, and so this has been a favorite device of mine. And I know that it's become a fever pitch conversation on LinkedIn, probably LinkedIn mostly, that it is the telltale sign that you're using AI to write your content. And that really grinds my gears because I like to use the M dash, and now I hesitate to use it because I think people are going to say, oh, she just used AI to write this whole thing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I know you've used it for years, but and I've used it occasionally, not as much as you, because I think most of the time you can replace it with a comma. But it's, yeah, I think now, like, I think people have taken it too far. It was just like, haha, this is funny in the beginning. And now everybody's on this, like, oh, if I see one M dash, it must be AI. And it's like,
Right.
that's not true.
Exactly.
I mean, I discovered that telltale sign that, just hasn't caught on yet. I don't understand why. That a lot of times, if you write something yourself and then you copy like half your own and then paste like partial, like Chat GPT, there's a discrepancy between like straight and curly quotation marks, which I don't even understand how you do on a computer.
No, I don't either.
But the ones I think that I type manually, I think are curly, but the ones that come from Grammarly or like the other tools, Chat GPT, are straight, because I'll get a correction from like Grammarly sometimes where it's like, it's inconsistent use of quotation marks. Would you like to change them all? And I'm like, I don't even know how that happens. So
Yeah.
I think that's a telltale sign. More than the M dash. That's the hill that I will die on.
I have two things.
Okay.
One, let's talk about these quotes. So I used to have a friend that I used to go out with, and we were really close. And what he would use for quotations, instead of like quotes like this with your hands, he would use rock and roll quotes. So it'd be like rock and roll quotes with his hands.
Okay. Is this when you all went out to the club in athleisure?
No, we didn't wear athleisure back then. And then the second thing is, I have a fun fact for you.
Okay.
We always talk about the M dash, and a lot of times, so actually before the M dash conversation hubbub, I used to use the N dash a lot more than the M dash, but now it's like, okay, it's just M dash because that's all anybody even recognizes. But my fun fact is, the reason why it's called an M dash is because it is the length of an M, the width of an M. That's why it's called an M dash. And an N dash is called that because it's the width of an N.
So I think one of the things that I just discovered too is that we have two different definitions of fun.
You're just now figuring this out.
Okay, my third. This is my final thing that rubs me the wrong way. This idea of like trading your soul for a piece of content. And I mean, I get it. And I'm not on this, like, I don't want to like get self-righteous and pretend like I'm on this 0-click marketing train and like we should give everything away for free and provide as much value as we can and never expect anything from people. Like I'm not, but sometimes we're like, here's a real basic ass thing. I need your email, phone number, and everything just so you can see it. And it's like, not everything is worth all that information. And I think we have an opportunity as marketers to be like, hey, is this worth somebody's email? Because we already have their email. Can't we just track them in HubSpot and see like so-and-so that's been to our website 360 times already downloaded this piece of content without needing their email for it? Like, I feel like a lot of times we just default to what we've always done. So that's really mine. Or on the flip side too, like this trading your soul for content, the idea of like, if I go to a blog, and I think you said HubSpot recently did this, which blows my mind, that you get an interstitial that pops up that's like, put your email in to continue reading a blog. Like
A HubSpot blog.
Right.
Like that.
And so it's like, you've got thousands of these, but you want my email just to, like, I don't know. It feels very like old school.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like we just discovered pop-ups and we realized we can collect somebody's email. And like, now we're doing it again in 2025. That's crazy.
I think that it's a wild time to be in marketing right now because, I mean, this is one thing we really can touch on today, but this SEO and AI talk is one of the things that nobody's really saying it is we're kind of going back to this like olden days of SEO where you can actually game the system.
Okay, so do you have one last thing?
Yeah, I have one last thing.
Okay.
So I really don't like it when these companies talk about how amazing they are all the time. I mean, it's really not 2013 anymore. We really don't need to be talking about ourselves, like how amazing we are. We need to be talking about how we can help our customers and our clients. That's really what the messaging should be about. It's like really understanding what their pain points are. I don't even like the word pain points, actually. It's just really understanding like what their motivations and how you really can help them solve their problems. That's really what you should be talking about now, not how at 1 foot over, this is how we do things. I mean, there's a place, don't get me wrong, there's a place for it, but it should not be your entire website. Maybe the about page.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think there's that balance of like, how do we use our brand name for SEO purposes, but like every paragraph should not start with at 1 foot over, comma, we.
Yes.
Like, just say we.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know,
I have a theory though,
okay,
of why people say that. I don't really watch TV that much anymore, but every once in a while I'll have it on, and I hear this a lot on commercials, like TV commercials, at HEB or at BB&T. I don't even know if that's a bank anymore, but they say that, and it's because you might only be listening to the commercial,
right,
or the logo may not be on the commercial at that time. So that's why they say that.
Well, and that makes sense. But it's like, if I'm looking at your social media post, your logo and your company name is already right here, and you've started your post with at 1 foot over, we believe blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, I already see all this. Or like if I'm on your website, I know that I'm on your website. I don't need you to tell me, Right. And I mean, I get like the SEO part, but I do think it comes from like, this is how large corporations have always done it. And so it's just festered and continued. And copywriters a lot of times think like, oh, this is how you write about a brand.
Right. Yes. No, I absolutely agree.
Because I think this whole idea of like human-centered copy and like I don't want to say it's new, but like it's kind of, people are starting to realize like that's okay, even for big brands.
Exactly. So. Yeah. I think that there are some marketers, it's taken them a while to get on board. I mean, a lot of it is because of these bigger brands. They have, a lot of legacy people. And so they're like, no, this is not how we talk about our company. But at the end of the day, your web copy is not for your team. It's not for your C-suite. It is for your would-be customers, right, or your customers. And so how do you talk to them? Because literally they don't care about you. They care about themselves and how you can help them.
Well, and I think a good rule for like writing copy for your website or social or email, whatever that is, like, read it out loud and ask yourself, like, would I say this to that person? Like, if I met a prospect at a trade show, is this how I would say it to them? Because you wouldn't look at somebody at a trade show and be like, if they said, what do you do? Well, at 1 foot over, we help simplify complex you wouldn't do like, we turbocharge your results. You wouldn't say that to another person. So like, why put it in your copy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. It's silly.
That actually gives me, it gives me an idea. So when we used to train copywriters internally, that is one of the tips we would say is when you write copy, read it out loud after you write it. And does it make sense when you read it out loud? Right. That was a best practice for us. But nowadays, I mean, I guess that's still something that people aren't writing copy from scratch necessarily anymore. At least our internal team isn't. But it's probably still a best practice that we should instill in everybody. It's like, if you are writing something, read it out loud and make sure it makes sense. We should probably also put that in our custom GPTs. Does this sound like something that a human would say to another human?
Yeah. And I think it's less like, read it out loud and does this make sense? I think it's more, read this out loud as if you were saying it to another person, and is it something you would say?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because I think yes, you could read like at 1 foot over, we believe blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
And you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't say it to somebody. So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Making it more human. But I mean, that's the reason why you would say it out loud is
Right.
so that it does give a voice, a literal voice to your copy.
All right. I think for our first episode, this was, I mean, I'm going to call it and say it was pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty good.
It felt okay.
Yeah. Oh, we did promise to tell people if we like the wine or not, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this courage is good.
Yeah. I think it helped.
Mm-hmm.
It gave us what we needed.
Literal liquid courage.
No, it's a good wine. There's other ones in this like series too. Like
Yeah.
I think loyalty,
clarity. I think maybe one.
maybe we might need clarity.
Yeah, probably next time.
For one. Loyalty, I think we're good on, but
Yeah.
clarity maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've enjoyed this wine.
Yeah, it's been good.
I would drink it again.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
All right.
but we hope you enjoyed it. Like, follow, subscribe. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Let us know in the comments if you have questions, if there's anything you'd like to hear us talk about in the future.
Okay. All right. Do you think we should cheers at the end here?
That's probably a good idea for our first episode.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right. Thanks for coming to the happy hour.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll see you at the next happy hour.